Hello, how are you? I hope you're okay. And this is our third virtual lesson. Well, you have done very well. I'm very proud of you. Remember, we had been dealing with Unit 2, and you had some tasks to do, a forum, and you have to read a short story called Being a Girl. And we were trying to discuss about the different aspects or features of being an adolescent or turning into an adolescent. Okay, do you remember that? Well, so to illustrate this process of becoming a teen, we have, in a way, dealing with um, this girl that actually don't remember her name. Do you remember her name? We have been trying to display these characteristics. Well, so being a girl has these questions to discuss. Okay, remember that these questions were in a kind of form, in Google form. Sorry, there's something crossing the sky. Well, and I have already provided you this exercise reflecting upon literature. And, well, uh, I must admit that I enjoyed a lot your answers. And I really learned a lot because some of you interpreted the questions in such different way. I was thinking that I could notice that because of your answers, and actually they were very, very interesting. Okay, it's not that you did wrong. We all learn, and that's very, very nice. So let's discuss these questions, all of the questions and their justifications. For example, um, is she physically changing? Okay, is she physically changing? Of course. Okay, we have this biological component that she had pimples, okay, or zits, as you like to call them, and she was changing because she had the period, okay? She even had to go to the doctor, okay? And this is very, very connected with this following question. Can she express her emotions easily? Okay? Well, it's quite difficult for her to express her emotions physically. Sorry, not physically. Um, her emotions easily because of her mother. Okay, you understood that part. Most of you understood. Okay, that there was a component that didn't allow her to express herself, but that doesn't mean she was introverted at all. Okay, so is she expected to be different? Is she expected to be different? Actually, she's not expected to be different. She has to be the same as the other girls. Okay, why can't you be like the other girls? The mother said. Okay, you understand? So, she is not expected to be different, but she is different, and being different is good, it's not bad. Okay, so if you say that she was expected to be different because she had to change her, let's say, characteristics and fit with the characteristics of the other girls, that's okay too. Okay, that is why I tell you that I was thinking in one thing and you interpreted the question in a different way, and it was okay too. So, is her family present in the story? Okay, so this is very interesting because this tells you or tells me what's your concept or your social construct of family. Remember that a family can be only your mother, okay? So the family is present. We don't actually know. We don't have any important information or relevant information about her father, okay? Or any siblings, brothers, sisters. That's missing. So, is she an introverted girl? This is very interesting because if I have to go to the doctor and I have to talk about my personal problems, okay? Even I, that I am very extroverted, I would be introverted with the doctor. You understand what I mean? That doesn't mean that she was introverted. She was extroverted. She was an extroverted girl. You can see because she was happy. She was always dancing. She was always thinking. She was always playing. Okay, she was extroverted, but she was an introverted daughter. Okay, that's very different to be an introverted daughter rather than being an introverted girl. Do you understand? Okay, so how do you know that? Well, we have accounted for that. Does she go to school? Yes, actually. We actually don't know whether she's in winter breaks or summer breaks or she's going to school, but she is taking some lessons, okay, different lessons. And how do you know that? Well, that's okay. And is she willing to move from her comfort zone? Okay, this is a very tricky question. Most of you said no. Okay, but she is. She is willing because she goes to these lessons. Okay, if I want to move someone from their comfort zone, I would say, for example, to my kid, if I had one, okay, you have to go to play tennis, and if he doesn't want to move from her comfort zone, he would say, no, I won't go. You can't see that in any part of the text, okay? I mean, she was always willing to go. She said, you have to take this lesson, and she went to that lesson. No complaint. She did terribly. We can agree on that. She was terrible, but she went there, okay? And is she expected to get married? Yes, of course. The mother wanted her to be married, okay? Lot. But as you said, many of you said she wasn't suitable for, for being a bride, for being a wife. She didn't have the characteristics. Okay, she was different. She was a different kind of wife. Okay, if she wanted to get married once, are girls expected to fulfill a stereotype? Okay, yes, the wife. Okay, the wife and marry a Jewish boy. Okay, this is very specific and culturally restricted. Okay, married a Jewish guy. Okay, and does she have a problem? Actually, she had many problems. Okay, but she couldn't deal with them. Hmm? Yes, remember that she was absent-minded. She always burned things. Okay, she confused everything. Okay, and is she considered an object? Yes, of course she is considered an object. Okay, why is she? Why do I say so? Because she was expected to be a wife. Okay, she was expected to have certain characteristics to be, let's say, more desirable for a husband. Okay, she was an object, a luxury object. And can she do her chores alone? Chores, of course. I forgot how to pronounce that word. You correct me. Remember that task. Can she do the tasks alone? Actually, she was always accompanied. Okay, and she always had help. Even her mother helped her. Okay, remember there was a part in which the mother did everything for her, and the teacher said, I don't think you have done this. That's very, very nice. And well, that would be all for all. And I hope that many of your questions that you think you have done wrongly uh, were clarified. Okay, but I mean, not all of them were wrong. Okay, I only gave you a 0 mark if you have, let's say, left the questions without any answer. But if you answer something, I read it, even though, and you have certain degree of, let's say, rightness. It was right. Some parts were right. Okay, so were right, and so I gave you extra points for that. Well, so um, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I will give you some very small tasks to do. Remember that we are going to have more or less 2 weeks or 1 week break so that you can focus on other different subjects. And I hope these kind of activities are okay for you. I want you to tell me how you feel because many students are complaining, and I know why you are complaining. Luckily, I am in a very, let's say, uh, privileged position because I have internet, I have my family here, I have my own bedroom, internet is working excellently, but I don't know how are you, and I can't be, take for granted that you have the same situation as me. Um, so, well, just tell me how you feel and tell me how I could make you feel better. Okay? Well, I leave you a huge hug, and I hope that we are going to see next virtual lesson soon. Okay? Bye bye.